Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Rockman X3 Part 2. We're taking on the next Maverick in this game. This guy that lives in the sewer. We'll be heading off into a sewer. Yeah, what classic game didn't make us go into a sewer? Pretty much all the great classic games have at least one moment where we get to go into a sewer and bust the kinds of things that might be living in there. The thing we'll be busting that lives in the sewer is, of course, acid C-Force. He sounds like something that would live in the sea, maybe, or be like some sort of, like, naval force or something. The Sea Force, there's the Air Force, and now there's the Sea Force, and they don't have different recruits. They just have the one guy, because he's just that powerful. He can protect the entire sewer. Also, because not much stuff goes on in the sewer anyways. There aren't very many bad guys. You're not going to find anything else in the sewer other than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, maybe even the Addams Family, maybe even, I don't know, the Reptile Guy, or maybe Killer Croc, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they're the same thing, I don't know. And then there's all that sewage water, dirty, stormy water that probably gets collected from all sorts of stuff that we don't know. Maybe it might even be toxic sludge as well, too. I'm pretty sure the Penguin from Batman lived in a sewer at one point, and there was toxic sludge everywhere. And the sewer, there's like, oh, whenever you flush down your toilet, comes to me. Whoever gets flushed down this game ends up in this part. They should have made this the most challenging level of the game. That way you could have been, or maybe not so much the most challenging level in the game, but maybe they could have thrown things like scrap metal parts from other games, like the first two Mega Man X games, implying that their remains were just flushed down into the sewer, and now they're in the sewer where we could battle against them, or they want revenge on us, or they're starting to start a whole invasion of the upper level. It's almost like I just accidentally wrote some new lore into this game. Rockman X3 has more lore than it was intended to have. One specific particular game with so much lore, not the series in general, just this one specific level of the game. There's that chamber there. We would have had to fight a mini-boss if we had a mini-boss to fight, but we don't have any mini-bosses yet. Because who'd want to kill Mega Man X at this point, right? I mean, he's killed Sigma twice. He's thwarted all the known enemies that could have, went to stop him in this game, so... And he just destroys those turtle things with just one large charge shot. Yeah, Turtle's an underrated mascot. We don't really see very many turtle mascots and things that much. They actually are quite underrated. Remember there was like a turtle mascot in that Superman book I read a year ago, or more than a year ago, called Superman. It was called The Life and Death of Superman, or The Death and Life of Superman, where they wanted to get Jimmy Olsen to dress as some turtle guy that was a mascot for a pizza place. I think he was a turtle or something like that. This is the closest there was to a turtle. I remember there was also a turtle in that game. What was it called? I don't remember what the game was called. Oh yeah, Diddy Kong Racing. I remember there's a turtle in Diddy Kong Racing. I thought he may have been the star of some game that was supposed to come out eventually. Kind of like how Banjo-Kazooie started off as characters in that game, and Banjo. At least I don't remember if Kazooie was in that. But I know Banjo was in that, and he later got his own game. And then there was Conker as well too. There you go. He destroyed that squiddy thing, that robot squid thing. Looks like something from a Konami game, like that Gyrus game that Konami had on the NES. Well, it wasn't actually Konami's, by Ultra Games, but that's close enough. Remember they had a boss that looked kind of like that. It was just a floating robot thing that just, I don't know, just looks like something could have been flying around a sewer. I don't know, maybe this sewer collects stuff from other games too, and now it's making us fight against them, not just stuff from the Mega Man X games. There's like a big waterfall. I guess it's like some sort of sewage treatment plant or something like that. Some sort of dam. It almost looks like that dam from that Lampoon movie or the Vegas Vacation, where they go to the best dam place in the world. The Hoover Dam, that is. They have all the damn facts you want to know about the damn Hoover Dam. I think we're already... Yeah, I think that's the end of the level already. I just barely blinked and the level's already over. Well, it's not over yet. We just have to take on the boss. Acid C-Force. Yeah, it's C-Force. Yeah, it's not anything else. I don't remember it ever being anything other than C-Force. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean exactly anyways. A C-Force, a force of sea, force of nature. I don't know, maybe some sort of like god or something, that god of the sea maybe, or god of the sewage treatment plant or something. And he's affiliated with Dr. Doppler. I'm pretty sure all the Mavericks in this game are affiliated with Dr. Doppler. Using that frozen buffalo guy's weakness, well, his weapon, that's his weakness. We can make short work of him. Most of the Mavericks in this game are pretty easy if you use their weaknesses on them. A little too easy, I think. If they just reset their own attack strategies. I know Mega Man 7 came out the same year as this game, and Mega Man 7 had that same issue, where you use a Robot Master's weakness on them, and it It causes them to restart their whole attack pattern, so you can pretty much just nail them into a loop kind of thing and just get them killed in a matter of seconds. I think they corrected that in the 8-bit remake of Mega Man 7. I don't think they ever made 8-bit remakes in the Mega Man X games. Or maybe they did. I don't know. That's kind of what Mega Man X3 on the Game Boy Color was like. Oh look, it's another anime cutscene. We're seeing Dr. Doppler in his lab. It's a very mid-90s futuristic looking lab. And he's building something new. What could that be? Some rugged-looking robot guy. Oh yeah, we definitely know what he's building at this point, as his secret weapon, his true secret weapon that X and Zero are still completely oblivious of. You see he has the CBS logo in the background. Maybe he's a guy that runs everything on CBS, and he's making the CBS station show everything he wants to show. I guess Dr. Doppler could have, got that level of influence to a point where CBS is his, and he updated their logo. He doesn't like oversimplified logos. No one likes overly simplified logos, and he knows best. He's gonna get his two henchbots, his two Bits and Byte. I'm guessing Bit's a small one and Byte's a larger one. You like Bits and Bytes. Oh look, it's Boba Fett again, the gray, ghostly Boba Fett. The ghost of Boba Fett, he's like, oh, I'm so glad you brought me back from the dead. And he actually praises him. And despite the fact he praises Dr. Doppler, he still says, shut up! Don't make me take you back to the place where I found you. Oh, master, you're ever so nice. Shut up, or I'll send you to the scrap metal again. Or maybe I'll sell your parts to something, or donate them to someone that's just gonna smash the crap out of him. He's still wondering how Mega Man X or Rockman X never gets killed. Probably because he doesn't watch CBS. Face it, no one really watches CBS anymore. They're showing us the passwords, because even though this is on the PS1, this game makes absolutely no use of the memory card at all. It only allows us to save using passwords. We're going to show the next intro for the next Maverick we'll be taking on. What's this guy called? Looks like he has a drill or something like that on his head. Or a screw drill, or a drill, like a drill man. He looks like a drill something. Screw-Macider, that's his name, Screw-Macider. What the hell's a Macider? Sounds Japanese. It sounds like a Japanese version of a foreman, maybe, or some Japanese worker or something like that. Screw-Macider, something that we used to drill into things. Well, drill or not, but there's one thing he's not going to drill into. It's us. We could blast this guy down like he's nothing. I'm just going to constantly be charging my charge shots a lot and blasting volleys of shots at all of them, destroying everything that's in my path, and then, yes, I'll be taking him down. There's these wall things that think they're so powerful, they think they're so tough, like, yeah, we get in your way. But if you have a charged X-Buster, they're no match. I can just destroy them, obliterate them like they're nothing. There's a heart tank, but we can't get that yet, because it requires a weapon we don't have yet. It also requires an upgrade we don't have yet either. We still have 3 upgrades left before we have the 4 main regular upgrades we'll be getting from Dr. Light. Or Santa Claus is what he mostly appears to be like a lot of the time. They have those things that randomly just dump dirty sand on us. Doesn't seem to do anything other than weigh us to the ground. X must be very heavy, and yet somehow he's able to jump against the laws of physics. I don't know how physically possible that would be. But this is one of these games ever care about physics. We just grabbed the second sub-tank of the game. Yeah, the game just began. We already have 2 of the 4 sub-tanks. And this isn't ever one of those boss chambers where we would have come across one of the bosses. And look, they decided to throw a boss at us. This name's Bit. I feel like bits are smaller than bytes, I think. Or a byte smaller than bits. I'm pretty sure bits are smaller than bytes. I must use his weakness to destroy him. If you don't use his weakness, he's not going to count as being destroyed, and then we're going to have to fight him again in the Doppler stages after all the Mavericks are dead. So the only way we could truly make sure he's dead for good is to use his weakness on him. Thankfully, we have his weakness. It's Frozen Buffalo's weapon. The Frozen Shield, or the Ice Shield, whatever it's called. Well, that's not really a shield at all, but it does, if you can get to hit him. Most of the shots don't hit, because he does that thing where you dash around. You have to be very precise. It's like, he has such a small hit window. Possibly one of the smallest hit windows of any bosses in any of these games. A small hit window, kind of like a lot of the enemies in that Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2, the lost levels, and the enemies in that game have such small, very small what do you call it? Like, yeah, like a window or a target or like a play like a place where you could hit them. There we go. We destroyed him. And we used his weakness too, the frozen shield. I'm not sure if you have to use the whole weapon entirely. I think the least you have to do is just make the last hit shot against him be that weapon, then it's gonna count he's dead. Well, he's definitely dead. Otherwise, he would have just phased out of the level, found an explosion. And there was an explosion. Carson Clay got his explosion. See how much Carson Clay loves explosions? And he did get his explosion right there. So now that means he's permanently dead. Now all we have to worry about is his bigger brother. I don't know if he's older or not, but his bigger brother, Bite. That fat guy looks like he belongs in some sort of, I don't know, he looks like a guy that belongs in a Star Wars ripoff, maybe. That large fat guy. Almost looks like something out of Aladdin or something like that. Like those guard things from Aladdin that were like overly fat because they eat way too much when they work for the Sultan. I mean, I'm sure working for the Sultan's a good paying job. You probably get it. Probably has a lot of benefits. Like you get a lot of pay and extra money for everything. I'm sure there's a lot of times where you get paid to do nothing. It's probably one of those jobs where you get paid to do nothing. Yeah, those are the best jobs ever. Wish I could have a job like that where you get paid to do absolutely nothing. I mean, I know being the audio guy or at a TV studio is a job like that. It's a perfect job for anyone that doesn't want to really do work. And yet there's another mini-boss in this stage. This guy's very random. Sometimes he disconnects himself from that very suggestive bottom half of his, and he uses it to grab onto the ceiling, and he uses his full potential. But he doesn't seem to be wanting to do that. He seems to like it when he gets several fully charged X-Buster shots to his head. This is one of the easiest mini-bosses ever. Just jump at the sides and give him a full shot, full blast, a full thing there. Seems to be very durable. But what good is being durable when you're stupid? And you just let yourself get hit so many times to a point where you're dead. Because as we know way too well, beauty is nothing without brains. Like in that PSA or commercial where that hot chick goes to the library and she's like, I want a cheeseburger, a french fries, and a milkshake. This is a library. I want a cheeseburger, french fries, and a milkshake. And it's like, beauty is nothing without brains. Are you really an exceptional individual to a point where you think a library would sell stuff like that? I guess they were implying she is some sort of exceptional individual, like a lot of the ones that we find in Congress a lot of the time, or some of the ones that we find hanging out on our streets a lot of the time. And yet those exceptional individuals seem to be the most exceptional of them all. They're smarter than a lot of the ones we have that actually get jobs. Meaningful jobs, that is. And there's these crab things that are randomly hanging out on the walls of this cave. I wonder what crabs have to do with a cave. I don't know, maybe somewhere where crabs are quite... Oh, maybe there's a beach nearby or something like that. A crabby beach. Well, like a crappy beach, because a beach would be pretty crappy if there was just a bunch of those crabs going around. Because it's trill things can be destroyed. But I'm not going to waste my time with that thing. When the boss is right up ahead. What was his name again? Screw Maside or whatever his name is. Whatever the hell he is, he's dead. He's gonna get killed by me with my acid shot. Acid is his weakness. With an acid, everything's weakness. Because if an acid like corrode the ground or corrode metal, he's probably made of metal, and I'm pretty sure acid corrodes those things. I remember doing some test study once, or some case study where some kid ate a penny, and some people suggested maybe the penny will just dissolve in all the stomach acids in his stomach, so it will never come out at all, ever. Or it'll be horribly deformed if it ever did. I don't know, they should do a test like that if they haven't already. Just take a penny and acid for like several hours or a few days on end and see what happens to it. Would it dissolve completely? One person thought that may have happened with a Diet Coke can. I don't know if Diet Coke cans are built differently from regular Coke cans. But I'm pretty sure they wouldn't completely dissolve. Some sort of acid thing. Kind of like that guy I saw that thinks he's an expert at science because he got a 50% in a very like in a very easy special needs science class. He just got a 50%. And he thinks he's an expert. Well, he's probably a better expert than most of the people who try to work in the science industry, so I guess he has something on them. Then we got the Tornado Fang, a weapon that doesn't have a name, isn't really named after the boss at all. Ray Phoenix, signing out.